Buccaneers uniform. And it's a matchup that actually gave him a lot of headaches in his career, all of those years in New England. In fact, Brady has more losses against Miami than any other team in his career. 12 of them in total. That's twice as many as the next closest teams, the Jets and Broncos. Brady's last game against Miami was a Week 17 loss in New England. They're back in 2019. That brings us to Bucket List presented by KFC. And coming off last week, an emotionally, I'm sure, draining game for Tom Brady going back to New England. Willie, how can he avoid a letdown against Miami coming off of that win?
There is nobody better than putting 1 week behind him and moving on. It was emotional and it was probably draining because of all the history and everything that went on in New England. But he's not going back to New England now. He's going against a former foe, somebody he's familiar with. And yes, he has lost football games along with everybody else who played with the Patriots. It wasn't just Tom Brady. They will get back on track, all right? This team didn't play their best ball in New England, and they showed some stuff. They'll go facing a similar defense. Okay, their head coach was in New England. Right. He knows Tom Brady a little bit. They'll try to do some of the same things, but this team will hit the reset button, and they will get back on track. This is what great teams do. You're not going to win every game by 40 points. You're not going to go out and play a perfect game. It's just a matter of getting a W, figuring out what you didn't do right or wrong, and moving on. And that's what this team does with their leader.
You know, I'm a Dolphin fan, man. I grew up in Miami, and I would love to be hyped right here and say 12 times, man, oh, we got a shot, we got a shot. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's it. I'm just saying. That's it. No, you don't. That was it. Hey, he has new horses. Those horses he had in New England are not like the horses he has right now in Tampa. They're going to beat Miami.
We got a couple of the horses he had. AB and Grunt.
Okay.
But a whole bunch more.
So Miami trying to avoid their fourth straight loss. Now the team tied for first place with the Bucs in the NFC South. The Panthers lost 36-28 to the Cowboys last week. They'd only given up 30 points all season before that. Part of that was because of the opponents they were facing. But Steve, will the Panthers defense bounce back against Philadelphia?
Steve?
Well, I'm not really sure, just because of when you have J.C. Horn, they just traded for Stephon Gilmore, C.J. Henderson. How quickly does these guys get acclimated? One of the things that you noticed against the Panthers in the first couple of games, they were not playing a really good offense. So which Panthers defense is going to show up? Because they're ranked number one, but they were also ranked number one because of their opponents. Now that they move deeper into the meat of the schedule where comparable opponents, things are going to get interesting. Will this defense stay on task? We don't know. But I can tell you this is sponsored by KFC. So somebody's going to get a two-piece and we're going to talk about wings and a thigh, okay?
I like three pieces myself, so I'm a little bigger than you. That's what I'm saying. I'm a little bit bigger. And what team is Dallas not putting up points? I mean, Dallas is averaging 31 points. So what team are they not going down and making everybody's defense look normal? This defense is really good. The only thing that they're struggling with is the injuries on the back end. Their front seven is fine. I think Shaq Thompson might be out this week. But if they can hold up, and Stephon Gilmore's not healthy yet. He wasn't healthy for the Patriots. He wasn't, he'll be a couple of weeks. They got C.J. Henderson, so they're trying to figure it out on the back end. But I think this defense is a good, solid defense. They're going to have to put more pressure on people, do more with the front seven to take some of the pressure off the back end. But I expect them to bounce back, Steve. And they're not going against the Cowboys this week. Nothing against the Philadelphia Eagles because they're really good. They're pretty good, but it ain't the Cowboys.
No, it's not.
Brilliant analysis.
Jalen Hurts.
Add a thing to that.
He played better last week. I know Irv is very excited to go to Philadelphia next week. That is for Thursday night football.
We are in
Eagles
Philadelphia.
Fans will be very happy to see Irv as well.
Wow, you can't wait to go home, kid.
For those Eagles on Thursday night. Buccaneers coming to town, so I'm less excited about that. But I am very excited to go to Philly, back home game right here on NFL Network. That's going to be a really fun show. So Tom Brady, speaking of which, living his best life at 44. Best in show when it comes to PFF's highest passing grades, joining some very familiar names on that leaderboard. But how about number 3, Danny Dimes?
Woo!
Is that you?
Yes, that is he.
4 games, just 2 turnovers for Daniel Jones, coming off a career-high week. This was amazing for him. So week 4, Now we're into week 5. Irv, can he limit his mistakes against Dallas?
And I believe that's exactly what this game will come down to, because the Giants are playing pretty good football. It will come down to those things which are real true. Daniel Jones not turning the ball over, that's what he's been doing this year, not turning the ball over, but not true to who he has been in the past. The Cowboys getting all of those turnovers. That's what they've been doing this year, but not true to what they've been doing in the past. So whichever team is the real team in this category, they'll have to step up today, and that'll be the team that wins this game.
Well, that team will be the Cowboys. It won't be the Giants. This game, I'm looking at the Giants. How much are they going to prove? What can Daniel Jones do? Can he be efficient? Is Saquon Barkley going to show up to be that old Saquon Barkley that we know? They're going against the Saints. The Saints are not a fantastic team that we thought. Drew Brees left, and he's taken a whole lot with him, and we're not sure will they ever get it back. But Daniel Jones has been efficient. Right. They're running the ball. But more than anything, he's eliminating the turnovers, and he seems to be understanding how the defenses are tricking him. One of the things with great quarterbacks that they have learned very on is us understanding how the defense is playing. Are they bluff pressure? Are they tricking them? Alignment and assignments. And he's understanding that. And here's the last thing. He's received so much criticism, but no one's telling the truth about he's had 3 different offense coordinators, 3 different coaches. All that plays into your professional career.
In the day, he's going to have to keep up with that Cowboys offense, and that's the only thing I'm talking about. Now, can you keep up with that kind of
the offensive line? And he does have some injuries, and we understand that. But he has so many weapons at his disposal, and guys that are stepping up at the receiver position. Darren Waller, they can run the football. Derek Carr has shown why he's still a Raider, why he's playing at a high level. When they played against the Chargers, I get it. He had a bad game, a divisional game, which, they kind of know each other, and they go back and forth. But I'm not giving up on Derek Carr. He showed me a lot, and he will continue to do that today.
It's the Khalil Mack Bowl. They're chasing him for the first time since they played in London 2019. How about this one? Tonight, we've got a rematch of last year's AFC title game. Bills-Chiefs. Who tosses more touchdown passes, Irv? Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
Well, that's easy for me now. You talking about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, in 3 or 4 games this year, has thrown less than 3 touchdowns. But Patrick Mahomes, in every game this year, has thrown more than 3 touchdowns. So, Josh Allen's having a great season, man. Throwing the ball, running the ball, rushing for touchdowns. But Patrick Mahomes will win this day in throwing touchdowns.
Bills have the #1 scoring defense. He'll have to work for it in this game. Titans, though, let's go to them. They're coming off a loss to the Jets. Now that they get the Jags, who Derrick Henry has absolutely dominated in recent years. 150 or more rushing yards in 3 of his last 5 games against them. Does he get there today, Steve?
Well, let me do my Irvin impression. Well, oh my gosh. I know for a fact that King Henry will trounce and pounce all over the Jags.
This is good.
And hopefully it'll be during the game with the Tennessee Titans, because Urban Meyer and company, they need to fix some things keeping it on the field. This is a team that has struggled defensively. They've showed up, but then they haven't finished games in the end. So you have to finish your games when you're playing against the Derrick Henry. He gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on. They're going to feed him, so he's going to get those yards guaranteed.
Yeah. He is off to a fast start, too, in this year right now. The most rushing yards through 4 games in his career. We know you.